On the streets of Myanmar, this is now one of the most powerful weapons people have.
But this was really the first time that we were seeing a brutal crackdown live streamed from the country.
The military, which seized power, knows this. It's been shutting off the internet and trying to stop people filming.
We're watching it, we're seeing it, and the courageous people in Myanmar are giving us a front row seat for the horror that is their daily life.
These tactics are working. Fewer streams are now coming out of the country, while the numbers dying rapidly rises. On one day alone, at least 114 people were killed. Sky News has been tracking live streams coming out of Myanmar. We're going to show you why people are continuing to risk their lives to film on their phones, and how they could play a key part in gaining justice in the future for the country. Sister Anne Roza caught the world's attention when she knelt in front of police and begged them to stop shooting protesters. A live stream was recorded on the same day and place where Sister Anne Roza made her plea. It shows exactly what she was trying to prevent: brutal violence and vicious injuries. It's 12:36 on Monday the 8th of March in Myitkyina. It's the capital city of the northern state of Kachin. A now familiar scene is underway: a clash between protesters and security forces. Local man Khaw is one of many filming the street battle. By live streaming, he makes it easy to verify the time and date of the video. That can be cross-referenced with the duration of the video to pinpoint exactly when moments in the stream are happening. And we can verify who has filmed it. The protesters are locked in a clash with military and police. We can see many are filming using their phones. Gunfire starts. We know from the stream this happens at 12:39. 20 seconds later, we glimpse a line of armed police. There's a standoff. Many live streams are coming out from the area, with one catching Khaw moving behind a car. People begin to flee. Khaw runs, but is determined to keep filming. After 5 minutes into the stream, we see the first injury. A woman has been shot. Her clothing allows us to spot her again later in the stream. Her arm has been torn apart. Khaw and the others move off the main road into a residential area at 12:41 p.m. Seconds later, we see a second injury. A man's skull has been cracked open. We hear him cough and see people washing their faces, indicating they're suffering the effects of tear gas. Khaw stops to show us the extent of the man's injuries. The wounds suggest he's been shot with live ammunition from a semi-automatic rifle. A few minutes later, we see a third badly injured person. He's unconscious. Blood pools under his head. At 12:47 p.m, Khaw heads towards a nearby building that houses a medical clinic. Here we see a fourth injured person being tended to on a chair. Now inside, Course shows us how nuns are working alongside medics and other protesters to tend to the wounded. In the Mali Gindai clinic, we can see Sister Anne Roza. She's helping to treat 3 of the injured people we saw earlier, all of whom we can spot from their clothing. Local news reports say 2 died following the protest that day, and 7 people were badly wounded. Corps' stream shows us 1 was taken away in an ambulance, while others received CPR. 32 minutes after it began, his live stream ends with a casing from a bullet. The shape of the casing indicates it was used in a rifle.
What we've seen from that incident and incidents like it is just the situation where you have unarmed people protesting as is their right to freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, and then being gunned down in the streets by security forces using live ammunition.
There have been hundreds of streams coming out of Myanmar, often from big cities like Yangon, Mandalay and Mondwa, and these streams are being gathered as evidence.
It's clear what's going on. I mean, it's clear before our very eyes. We can see what's happening. Yes, live streaming is more potent. For example, I think there's just clear evidence of crimes against humanity.
But between internet and data blackouts and lack of digital access in rural areas, we're still not seeing the full picture.
Initially, there was a truly overwhelming volume of live streams coming out, but that's slowed to a real trickle. There are hardly any live streams now, and that's because of the mobile internet shutdown. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to be concerned more about what we're not seeing as opposed to what we are.